My name is Stephanie Wills, and this is Module 1, Mission, Vision, and Personal Statements for Class EDL, 852, Introduction to Building Administration. I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about myself. I am originally from Colorado. Right now I am living in Garden City, Kansas. I have two children. Riley is 21 and Reagan is 19. I got remarried 2 years ago, and when I got remarried, I gained 3 sons and a daughter-in-law and a granddaughter. So really increased my family, but enjoying my family very much. We have 2 kids in college and 3 kids in the workplace. We've been empty nesters for a year and are really enjoying that part of our life. We've started to do some traveling and really hope to continue to do more traveling as time permits. We've been a little busy lately, so trying to get past a few things and really looking forward to that. As far as my education, I have a bachelor's from the University of Southern Colorado in Pueblo, Colorado, an ESL endorsement from Fort Hays State University. My master's is in early childhood special education from Emporia State University. And about 3 years ago, I got my graduate certificate in sensory disabilities from the University of Nebraska in Lincoln. And that allows me to be a teacher of students with visual impairments. A little bit about my work history. I've been in education for 23 years. I've taught preschool, kindergarten, first grade, sixth grade, also done some coaching. I've been in early intervention actually for the last 16 years at Russell Child Development Center. For the last 15 years, I've been an early childhood special education teacher at Russell Child Development Center. For the last 3 years, I've also been our teacher for the students with visual impairments. And then in July, I took over as the Tiny K coordinator of our program. Russell Child Development Center is a little bit different than a school system. We are Part C of IDEA, and we provide special education services for children birth to age 3. We provide services in 13 counties in western Kansas. Our services are free to our families. To qualify for our services, like I said, a child has to have a disability or a delay. Our services are free to families. We go into the homes and we coach families and give them strategies on how they can help their child reach their developmental milestones. On our staff, we have physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech language pathologists, nurses, social workers, and teachers. And right now, I have 22 people on my staff. But I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm learning a lot. So next thing I'm going to talk about is the reading for this module. First of all, what is a school mission statement? So from the reading and just some of the information that I've gathered over the past few years is a mission statement is a statement that describes your school's purpose to others by answering the following questions: who you will serve, what you wish to accomplish, and how you wish to proceed with that. What is a school's vision statement? Vision statement is a little bit different, but it does still kind of relate to the mission statement. It's a statement that helps people understand how you would like others to view you and describes your priorities. It outlines the school's values and objectives, and it describes what you hope to achieve. What is the role and importance of a school mission and vision? So when I'm thinking about the mission, these are the thoughts that I had, that it reminds others of the importance of your strong academics and what you're really striving for your school or your organization. It communicates direction and focus of your school environment. It really talks about and sets that culture that you're trying to develop in your environment and school system. The vision really drives the school innovation and improvement, and it also embodies the actions of every stakeholder. It has to be what everyone is thinking about and moving towards and working together for. How do school mission and vision statements work together? Like I said previously, they really kind of go hand in hand. That vision statement outlines values and objectives, what you hope to achieve. The mission statement then explains what's being done to achieve those, what your purpose is. It helps keep the focus on your core purposes. It really helps school administrators make decisions. Your vision statement and mission statement talk about where you want to go, the things that you want to focus on. So then as an administrator, you can look into perhaps what kind of lessons need to be taught in the classroom, what kind of assessments you need to be using, what kind of training needs to be taking place, what kind of people you need to be hiring. Gives you a lot of information to make those decisions. It also gives information to the parents so that they can see if their family values and goals also meet the goals, values, the vision, and the mission that is being set at your school or your organization. What is the process for collaboratively developing a mission and vision statement? First thing that needs to happen is just soliciting, gathering information from all your stakeholders. To me, when I think about this, it really makes me think of a needs assessment. So, talking to all the stakeholders, your teachers, your students, your community members, your staff members, anyone that's going to be involved in that school, and getting their information and finding out what needs are there. Then once doing that, collaborating, talking about how all of those pieces can go together and come up with some statements. Then presenting those statements to staff, other stakeholders, and talk about them, maybe revise them, see what direction you want to move with those. And then once you come to an agreement about what that vision and mission is going to look like, then it's time to unveil that and really get that vision statement out to all your stakeholders, so everyone then knows where you're going, what you're working on, and everyone's on the same page with that. So then what is the process for developing an actionable mission and vision attentive to values and priorities that include data, technology, values, equity, diversity, digital citizenship, and community? Like I said before, really that needs assessment is going to be really important and really needs to come from multiple sources. Your community, what does the community need? What do those families need? What do those students need? What does your staff need? Really looking at all the different sources and different perspectives from your stakeholders as well. And then making accessible and equitable, making all of that information equitable and accessible to all your stakeholders. And then embedding that vision in all that you're doing. So if your vision is to really improve test scores or improve academic success, then really embedding that in everything that you're talking about throughout your school day, throughout your improvement plans, anything like that. Modeling behavior that aligns with the mission and vision, and this is really important. That's how you get that buy-in is if the principal, the administrators, the coordinators are really modeling that behavior, then everyone else does the same. You also need to think about how you're going to train staff. If you're expecting staff to deliver high quality services, they need to make sure that they have the information they need to do that. If they don't have the training in how to do assessments, they need that training. If they don't have the training in the curriculum that needs to be used in the classroom, they need that training. So that's really important to give them the resources they need to be able to carry through the mission and the vision. We can't get there without the resources. And then also thinking about those as you're hiring new staff, thinking about do they have what you need and what you're looking for in your vision and your mission statement, and can they jump in and be a model and guide other staff members in following the mission and vision statements. And then another thing that needs to happen is you need to revisit that mission and vision statement often. It may need some updating, or it may need looking at and maybe rewording some things as time goes on, because things do change. The characteristics of a well-written mission and vision statement, I think definitely talk about academics and can have that focus. Their objectives are clearly expressed. Their driving forces behind planning and implementing lessons are mentioned or can be talked about in that vision and mission statements, can be modeled by administrators and pushed to the focus of the school. So it's something that everybody's looking at and thinking about daily. And it includes research. How is this mission and vision going to affect our students, affect our families, affect our staff? So it really includes that information. What are some of the common problems associated with the school mission and vision statements? Implementing from the top down and bottom up, really that buy-in. If people don't buy in, they're not going to work hard to accomplish the things in your school mission and vision statements. And then at the same point, trying to put the right people in the right jobs. You need the people that can accomplish what you want accomplished in those statements. So like, for example, like I had kind of said before, accomplishing, improving test scores, things like that. We really need the right people in there that know what kind of assessments to give, what kind of curriculum to use. And then ensuring that it has meaning. A lot of times people, the more you really believe in what you're doing, the harder you're going to work for those things. So really making sure that it's a mission and vision that everyone can stand behind. What are my professional thoughts, misgivings about mission, vision statements? So My first thoughts are I think the vision and mission statements are extremely important. I think they really set the climate for learning and working. I really believe they need to be modeled from the top to the bottom, because if the people at the top, administrators, aren't using the vision and mission statements and really thinking about those as they're making decisions, then no one else is going to be doing that either. And then people really need to be given the resources they need to be successful at implementing those mission and vision statements. Like I said before, they may need training to be successful in evaluations or using curriculum and whatever is in your mission and vision statements. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Russell Child Development Center mission and vision statement. Our mission is to lay a foundation of success for all young children and their families through the delivery of high quality inclusive services. Part C, early intervention, builds upon and provides support and resources to assist family members and caregivers to enhance children's learning and development through everyday learning. So how does this compare to the module materials? I feel like it really explains our purpose, and we do a good job explaining it in detail. I feel like it explains what we're wanting to achieve and our purpose, and it's really specific. I feel like it's a really good mission and vision statement. What changes could be made? I think it's been a while since we've actually looked at our mission and vision statement, so I think maybe that would be something to look into, kind of just revisiting, making sure that that's where we need to be. We do cover 13 different counties, and maybe we do need to put something in our vision and mission about that, and that each county is going to be individualized, because not all of our counties and organizations and children and families are the same in each one of those counties, so that might be something we need to do. How does this support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult? It really works on making it inclusive, working with the whole family, delivering high-quality services, providing support and resources, using everyday learning, and making sure that everyone is moving in the same direction as we're following and thinking about all of these things together. Looking at the standard correlation, this assignment really correlated with the standard by giving me the opportunity to discuss and evaluate my mission and vision statements at Russell Child Development Center. Also gave me the opportunity to reflect on how our mission and vision statement values and priorities include information about data, technology, equity, diversity, digital citizenship, and community for all learners. Relevant. This assignment was really relevant to my current learning, because as a coordinator, I need to know my mission and vision for my organization so I can lead by example and offer all my staff the opportunity to do the same. I need to keep this information in mind as I hire and train staff so that everyone is working towards the same goal. This assignment also helped me better understand how the mission and vision statements really complement each other. As I reflect on this assignment, I think about how some changes that I would like to make, and one of those is really making this more of a part of my onboarding process and really talking about our mission and vision statements and really talking about how we focus on that as part of our trainings and our assessments, and really going into a little bit more detail with that. I'd also like to put our vision and mission statements up on more posters so it's more visible in our building. And I would also really like to, like I said, use this as I'm thinking about trainings for my staff. We really want to include great services to our families, so people need to have training in how to do an assessment. They need to have training in how to coach families, so I really want to make sure that that's being done. And the staff can't follow that mission and vision if they don't have the right resources or knowledge. And then here are my references for this presentation. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.